Over the weekend, the Biden administration absolutely punked the Border Patrol once again. Look at that picture. Look at it. Do you remember that picture? Do you? That's when the left accused the Border Patrol of whipping Haitians, because you got the whip up in the air and he's just whipping them as they're trying to cross, from Mexico into United States with all that food they're carrying. It turned out to be a lie. But we learned just a few weeks ago that the Biden administration is still planning on firing some of those Border Patrol agents, those horseback Border Patrol agents. Why? Well, because they don't like them. Then we get what happened this weekend. We have President Biden going down to Uvalde, Texas, to get his photo op with the police and get his photo op with the family. And you know what? People are kind of onto that. They realize that he hasn't been to the border. They realize that, he picks and chooses very carefully what a catastrophe he is going to visit, and it's become cynical. He even caught some boos from the crowd while he was there. But what is even more cynical and is being underreported is the fact that the Border Patrol were originally invited to be with the president on stage, and then they were disinvited. Disinvited. Now, why would that be? Why would the Biden administration disinvite Border Patrol? Well, we're reading from some news accounts that they were concerned about the space. It may become too overcrowded, as if these press conferences, are often overcrowded. No, in the same way that Biden, when he was going around doing his COVID town hall meetings during elections, how there were so many people in those little squares, right? Those little circles, so many people. Biden couldn't pack a room if his life depended upon it. He couldn't pack a room if it was his funeral, even as president. So that was lame. The school district is no longer cooperating with the police. That's a problem. And we see that the police story is starting to fall apart. And the Governor Abbott of Texas, is no longer really talking to the police because they embarrassed him by not telling them the truth about how the whole timeline went down with the mass shooting there. So we see that everything is collapsing with law enforcement in Texas. And maybe that's why Biden just sort of like disinvited Border Patrol and the other folks. Let's not forget, it was a Border Patrol agent and his team that defied police orders and went in and put down that shooter last week. And then immediately tried to resuscitate, to revive the people who had been shot. I'm being told by Border Patrol folks that it was a horrible, horrible scene. So what we're talking about are heroes here. Heroes. And yet you have the Biden administration totally ignoring them, disrespecting them, disinviting them. They should have been up on stage next to Biden. They should have been. This is what happens when you have strong men with guns. Oops. This is what happened when you have good guys with guns. Oops. Yeah. There's no way that Biden could acknowledge the heroic deeds of Border Patrol without undercutting his own agenda. And that's why we see the cowardly act once again of the Biden administration, absolutely just disrespecting law and order, law enforcement. Not to say that the police down there don't have something to sort out, but the Democrats in the Biden administration trapped themselves even before we got to this point by celebrating George Floyd, by trying to equate the murder of 19 kids to George Floyd. That was Obama, but that was the vice president of Biden under Obama. It's all the same thing, the Obama-Biden agenda. And we're seeing it play out. And it started under Obama, the anti-police sentiments. And now it carries on under Biden with the defund the police and basically disrespect all law enforcement. It's a shameful time in America. It's a shameful time for Democrats. And I have to believe that this is going to come back and bite them in the assets. It's going to. Because at the end of the day, all Americans want is law and order. All they want is peace. And even though you got the Democrats running around here talking about gun control, in these Democrat-run cities is where you see all of the chaos going on. What? Over Memorial Day weekend, 37 people shot and killed? Really? Really? Mostly in Democrat cities. Let's talk about Chicago. Let's talk about Philadelphia. And you have the president going around grandstanding on this type of violence, trying to pander to black folks. With George Floyd, the Buffalo shooter, he went and killed black people. Black people, identity politics. If you don't vote for me, you ain't black. It's not going to work out. And the latest slight to Border Patrol is just one more indication that this administration, the Biden administration, is hateful, is spiteful, do not believe in law and order, and do not have your best interests in mind. That's why our borders are wide open. Another reason why Biden could not be seen on stage with Border Patrol, who's actually trying to do the job of being undercut by him and Mayorkas, his Homeland Security, all of this. It's all designed to crash and burn America. And so now we get to watch Biden gingerly pick and choose who he's going to appear with. But they should have had it thought out. They didn't. So now this insult, we'll remember this come November. My name is James C. Harris. This is my YouTube channel. Go ahead and subscribe and tell your friends about it. Hit that little notification, a little bell, and every time we do a new video, they'll let you know. YouTube's good about that. All right. We'll see you next time.